And we have our date coach here every Tuesday, Kydon.
Yeah.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Morning. So you're here to tell us how to know if the guy you're dating is a keeper or will break your heart eventually, right?
That's right. Yep.
Is this an age thing or what?
Nope. You've got guys who break your heart since
Since forever.
Since the beginning
when
of
you're a
time.
child.
But actually, I have to argue that women break men's hearts more than the other way
Do you
around.
think so, Arnold? Do you honestly think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you could have something there, you know.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
true.
okay. But now we'll look at the guy side first.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So one of the things I recommend is actually looking at his personality trait. And what I notice about singles is that they always tend to look at money and looks
Yes.
when they're choosing a guy. So how rich that guy is and
Yeah.
how handsome he is, how
Yeah.
charming he is and
Yeah.
things like this. But what research have shown is that money and looks is actually a very poor predictor of how the quality of your relationship.
Gee, you think so?
That's what research says.
Because
for
the guy-
long-term marriages.
Because the guy with the money and the looks, you know what? He's got 100 idiots just like you
Going
online
after
that he
him.
can... right?
Yeah,
Am I
going
wrong?
after him. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's a very poor predictor,
Yeah.
and that's why a lot of date coaches advise ladies not to just go for money and looks.
Yeah.
So then, what should you go for? I'm going to share a bit scientific stuff. It's actually called the Big 5 personality traits.
Okay.
All right, and there's 5 of them as the name goes. So the first one is conscientiousness, agreeableness, neuroticism, openness, and extroversion.
Right.
So these are big words.
Yeah.
But I just want to share with you the most important characteristic that actually predicts if you have a lousy relationship.
Right.
All right? And that's neuroticism.
Okay.
Yeah, neurotic.
Like Woody Allen's style, worried about everything, overthinks everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People who are worried. Actually, one very easy way to spot if a person is neurotic is whether he is very responsive to stressing events.
Right.
Right,
So
so-
it's crazy.
Like a change in routine.
Like a change in routine, like a traffic jam, like the MRT. There's a lot of people pushing you, and then he suddenly just flares up.
Yeah.
That's a very, very strong marker that he's very neurotic.
Isn't it just anger problem?
Yeah, it's anger problems actually.
That's
so,
part
but
of it.
it's bigger than just anger problems.
Yeah.
It's anger, it's worry, it's fear, moodiness.
Just not well adjusted.
Yeah.
Oh, I cannot get along
like
with people
very
like that.
emotional. I mean,
Okay.
if you're in your teenage years, perhaps that's
So,
fine.
I mean, you're saying that these people just don't have good relationships anyway, right?
yeah, they have a history of very
You
turbulent
look at Woody Allen, he ended up leaving Mia Farrow for Mia Farrow's adopted daughter,
that's just
Sugi, and that's like the work of a neurotic
That's
man.
just weird.
That's weird, man.
That's weird. Yeah.
That's very weird.
Yeah,
so
so
that's neuroticism.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's actually really difficult to spot neurotic people when you are in a new relationship.
Yeah.
Because what happens is that girls will always give excuses.
Yeah.
It's like, the traffic jam was really bad and that's why he struck me, or he
Oi. Oh, no.
No.
or he was angry, or he's just like this. He's just moody at times. So one of the key things that I recommend is that to get your friends to see him as fast as possible,
Right.
and get their opinion.
Wouldn't that scare him off?
No, as in when you're a bit more stable,
Yeah.
Okay.
all right, and just like have a quick drink with your friends and things like this. Just to get your friends to give you a sense at
Gauge
whether
him in a social environment.
Correct.
Okay.
Whether he's actually neurotic or
Yeah.
not.
Right, because when we get too close, we can't really see anything, right?
Exactly.
So what's the second one?
Okay, the second one is actually one of the key ways to see if a guy is going to be a good guy.
Right.
All right. So what kind of characteristic is he going to be? And the one I call it agreeable.
Right.
Right. It's also one of the big 5 characteristics. And basically it's just the traditional Mr. Nice Guy.
Right.
Aw.
Can
Right.
you get along?
Yeah.
He can get along. So he's very, he has a lot of empathy for people.
Yeah.
Right? He
Okay.
understands where you're coming from. He understands you from your point of view. He's very kind. He's very warm.
So a sap.
Cooperative. Yeah.
A pushover.
Yeah.
In a way, sometimes, yes. All right. Yes, this can be labeled as a pushover.
But if you're a smart lady, you will be looking for a man like this. Am
So
I wrong?
This is a guy with good EQ.
yes, good EQ. Generally a decent
Just
person.
No backbone or will of his own. This is the sort of person you should be looking for.
Stop right there.
In a very extreme case, maybe.
But this
yes.
is no. I think women who marry these kind of guys are the happiest women around.
Yes, exactly.
Don't you think
Because you
so?
get to push them around.
No,
what?
because you see the woman, she's telling the guy what to do, she's talking, she's bossing around, the guy sits there. Yes.
No, but the flip side is that this is about marriage, or a relationship is about compromise. So
Yeah.
it's sort of giving way when you need to.
Yeah.
And it's especially for long-term relationships.
And maybe in the case of guy girl, it's 60% the guy gives way, maybe higher.
I think that's that's a good
90.
number.
Okay, you have 3 more, right?
No, Just this two.
These are the two
The
key
other
ones.
3 I can talk about it.
Okay, that's up next after Eric Clapton. And we have our date coach here with us, Kydon to tell us more about, how to know if the guy you're dating is a keeper or will break your heart.
And I just want to say that, he's not trying to pull wool over our eyes, because Jasmine Teo has just written in our Facebook page. She says, ooh, the big 5. I actually learned that in one of my modules in school.
Excellent.
So interesting.
It's the real thing.
So this is real school type science
Yeah.
stuff.
Yes, it is.
So what's the other sign?
All right. So what we talked about just now is agreeable, which is the best kind of guy you should be looking out
Like
for.
Arnold.
Yeah, like Arnold. No.
I agree.
Yeah.
And the worst kind of guy are those neurotic ones.
Like me.
Like I was saying, I was just
But
reflecting outside.
again, just to reflect, it's a scale, right?
Yes, it's
Everyone
a
has
scale.
certain levels
Yeah.
of neuroticism
Exactly.
and agreeableness,
Yes,
I guess,
yes.
right? Okay.
So you
yeah.
just have to find those who are either middle or middle.
Yeah.
Right.
A nice mix.
Yeah, nice mix. So we talked about 2. There's still another few, which is conscientious, openness, and extroversion. But instead of going into details, I'd just like to share 2 more characteristics that these guys share. So
Sure.
one of them is the guy who is most likely to cheat.
Okay.
All right, and that one is actually the guy who is the most open, all right, openness.
Okay.
Who score very high on openness, and the reason why is because people who score high on openness, they like new experiences.
Right.
They want to try new things,
Right.
and new things by
Includes
def-
new
people.
ladies. And all that implies.
Why are you looking at me?
You're the only lady present. I had to refresh my memory.
So that's openness, and it's actually a pretty strong predictor as well.
Really? So someone, when you say open, so open to ideas,
Open to ideas. Yep.
not caught up in I guess tradition.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly,
okay.
exactly.
Right.
So people who like to try new things.
Yeah.
Who just want to experience new stuff, and I realize I'm quite open.
So you're not talking about open about his life,
No,
or
no.
his
it's
work,
not.
his job.
It's openness
not
to
about that.
experiences.
Okay.
Yeah. New
Okay.
experiences.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So if a person is always like that,
I'm
like
safe.
wanting to go somewhere new.
Not from me or not. I'm just kidding.
Be afraid.
I know. Thanks,
Okay.
Jason.
And the last one, I want you guys to guess which characteristic is the best in bed.
Conscientious.
Conscientious.
Dot the I's, cross the T's.
Why are you pointing at me again?
No, I asked you to guess.
Oh, you asked me to guess. Oh, okay.
So there's conscientious, agreeableness, neuroticism, openness.
neuroticism.
Neurotic, all right.
I would say conscientious.
Conscientious.
Yeah.
Conscientious is the one that you want to employ. Right?
Okay.
The hardest
Really?
workers.
That's why that helps in bed too. Why?
Yeah.
The guy who's best in bed is actually the agreeable one.
Is it?
Yeah, you know
Really?
why? Because he's empathic.
No,
Right.
but I
He-
thought a conscientious one would be
Ooh,
because,
Arnold.
as Jason was saying,
Yeah.
you got to make sure everything's done properly.
Yeah.
You got to finish the job. Yeah.
It can get pretty complicated.
Well, according to research, it's the agreeable one because
Oh.
he actually knows what you want.
I'm surprised.
Oh, I like that.
He knows what you want,
Right,
and
right.
he's willing to work to give it to you.
Okay.
Because
I know before I said I'm neurotic, but in bed I'm actually pretty conscientious. I mean, agreeable. I just don't want to give the wrong impression.
Thank you, Jason. We
Yeah.
all know.
Alright. Now we know. Thanks, Kydon.
You're
Always
welcome.
a blast with you.
Yes, thank you so much, man.
Up next, what does